And we're back. So
And
today
we're
well, I know what the intro's going to be. I'll try it.
honestly, if I'm gonna eat
Chicken.
I eat it so fast that I don't give it time to be disgusting until afterwards.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, I'm Marcus.
I'm Atrax.
And I'm Nick.
We are working class nerds.
Cue the intro. That's right, we are Working Class Nerds, the podcast that gives you no information about your favorite information.
Today is Thursday, October 26th, 2023, and you can find this 220 podcast on Apple Podcasts, Buzzsprout, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, and anywhere you can find a podcast in the galaxy far, far away, except Stitcher.
Yes, indeed. You can also find every single Working Class Nerds episode on YouTube. Just search for the Working Class Nerds podcast or go to youtube.com/@workingclassnerds. Click on playlist, click on Working Class Nerds, and boom! Every single episode, past and present, right there at your very fingertips.
You can watch me as I come back to play video games Tuesdays, Saturdays, and Sunday nights at kick.com/MarcusB814.
You can watch me play video games every Friday night at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time at twitch.tv/A_Atrax.
And you can watch me play video games on select Monday nights at twitch.tv/NickVern51.
You can find us on social media. I am at MarcusB814.
I am at Atrax_A.
And I'm at Nick Vern, that's NICKVR, and in this week's episode, it's the three of us. It's the three amigos. I did not write a script, and I haven't screwed it up yet, which is a new podcast record.
Let's go.
And on today's episode, after the break, we will be talking about our thoughts on crossplay. So cross-platform play within the same game. Pros and cons, things we like, things we don't, certain types of games we like with it, certain types of games we don't like with it. We're doing the deep dive on the crossplay, and it's going to be awesome.
Can't we just call it cross-platform gaming?
Yeah, whatever. Crossplay,
Yeah, that's what it
cross-platform is just tomato.
Sure.
Well, anywho.
Meanwhile, back on the ranch.
Marcus, how's it going? What have you been up to?
Wow, I'm going first tonight. All right.
Yep.
So, so my month of hell is pretty much over.
Okay.
I didn't stream for a couple weeks. I had an insane work pile load on top of me. It was shooting all over me, and it wouldn't stop. So I had to just kind of take a breather and do it. We went to Disney World. That was fantastic. I had a blast. It was, people have asked me what's my favorite part of going to Disney. And honestly, real, if I had to,
Don't call him out, just let him do it.
The first part that is the best is I didn't have to work for a week. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Not having to go to work at all, even though I was taking 25,000 steps a day, it didn't matter.
Right.
Because I wasn't at work.
And those were your steps, not your job's steps. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, I wasn't at work. The second part
That's what I mean.
is that being with my kids, that kind of goes hand in hand of not working. But the nice part about Disney World is they have Starbucks inside the park.
Ooh.
So I can still get a coffee. And at 3 of the 4 parks, you can get a beer anywhere you want. So
Nice.
I wouldn't say I drank a lot.
How much was the beer?
A 24-ounce draft was $11.
Ooh.
Yeah, but if
that's
you're
that's
standard
2
issue.
beers, so that's $5.
Right.
Really, it's $5 a beer.
Right.
Granted, which is kind of a lot for a draft beer still, but that's actually not outrageous. because it's a
Listen,
24 ounce.
I
You're
guess
at
for Disney, it could be.
Yeah, I was just
going
gonna
to
say, listen, guys, I it's not like I always had a beer in my hand, but
Right.
every day I had a beer. You know what I mean? Just one.
Yeah.
But it's nice. I was hanging out with the kids. We were doing fun shit. But they had some new rides since the last time I was there, which was Guardians of the Galaxy at Epcot, and then
How was that?
the new Tron ride. So the Guardians of the Galaxy entrance, so myself, my wife, and my son rode it. And my son is like 43 inches tall. He just made it. He fucking loved it.
Nice.
It was all inside, like the whole atmosphere of it was fucking rad. It had like, I forget the song. It'll come back to me. It's like
I can look it
something. No, there's like 5 different songs. Everybody said the song choice matters for the ride.
You can choose the song?
No. There's like 5 different songs that they'll play for the ride.
Okay.
Okay.
You want to rule the world tonight. I forget how it goes. But either way, that was my song. The ride was like the entrance to get to the actual roller coaster was fucking sweet. It was basically
Everybody wants to rule the world by Tears for Fears.
Yes, that was my song. It was cool. The whole atmosphere of what we were doing was cool. Me and my son rode next to each other. Now he's 5, so we went for his 5th birthday. And me, I'm such a positive person. I'm just screaming like I didn't really like the ride. It was a roller
A lot of
coaster,
spinning, right?
Yeah, it was a lot of spinning, like side to side, but like also twisting side to side.
Yeah.
I mean, the ride was cool, but I didn't enjoy it as much as Tron, and I'll explain why in a second. But my son thought it was the coolest fucking thing on the planet, and forever, I will never deny it, except here, that Guardians is my favorite ride just because of my son. Because the whole time I was hating it, but I was screaming at the top of my lungs, "This is awesome!"
Yeah, so that he would be.
Oh, dude, he thought he was the coolest fucking kid on the planet riding that ride.
Because last time you went, he couldn't go on rides, right?
Right, none. And he loved it. And when we, of course, the way Disney works is you walk out of the ride and, hey, you're in a store. And I'm like, fuck.
Yep.
So I was going to get him and I matching T-shirts for the ride. But they didn't, like, this is Disney's fail, is they didn't have matching shirts for kids and adults.
Yeah.
Like, that's
that
a big,
sucks.
as Atrex would say, that's a big fail.
Yeah, I agree. Totally.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah.
So
bad
he
then.
ended up getting a baby rocket stuffy, which is pretty dope, and he sleeps with it every night. He fucking loves it.
That's cool.
Yeah. So then the Tron ride. Now that is legit my favorite ride of all time. So have you guys ever seen the Tron movies?
Dude, they're my favorite Disney movies, honestly.
Okay, so
I love
honestly,
Tron.
I've never seen them.
Me neither. Yeah.
Ooh.
So now I'm going to. So the
Make
whole
it a guys' night thing, because with that giant screen and those surround sound, that'd be sick.
Atrex is onto something.
Make it a guys' night thing, especially Tron Legacy, because the music in that is insane.
Well,
So
that's
let me.
That's a newer movie, right?
Yeah. Well,
like
we would have to watch. Don't we have to?
2013.
Yeah. So shouldn't we watch the first Tron first,
I would, yeah.
so we
I mean,
understand
do it
it?
in order, but like definitely, you get references and stuff like that.
Yeah, so
Okay.
well that's a great suggestion because, once Loki's over, we're kind of dead in the water.
Yeah.
So that might be a really good one to do.
We've got Tron, from 1982, and then Tron Legacy's 2010.
Yeah, so we'll watch the
2010.
1982.
That's close.
Stormin will be so in love that we're going back to the 80s. Like he'll love it, and it's probably been remastered.
He's
so like,
probably seen it.
well,
He has.
Oh, he probably So we'll definitely watch it with him, and he'll be like, when I was watching this, I probably had like 7 girls blowing me at the same time, like at the drive-in movie. You know what I mean? Like, the
car
memories.
was rocking.
I remember seeing this when it came out, and it was a year before I was born. So my mom was probably preggers when this movie was being released.
Probably.
Yeah.
That's
Anyway.
funny.
But the whole ride is you ride on a motorcycle That's the
the light bikes. That's
the light
awesome.
bike, the light cycle.
But it's a roller coaster on a track.
Correct.
Right?
Yes. So you get in and you pull the handlebars towards you, and it clamps on your calves.
Oh.
And like you tuck your knees in. It's a little uncomfortable for a big guy because like I'm fat as fuck, so it squishes your fat down into your muscle. But I didn't
Okay.
care.
Yeah.
The first time I rode it on the bike, and my wife was weak as shit, and she sat in like the handicap where you like sit upright in like a regular seat.
Oh.
And I'm like, that's fucking dumb. You suck. But it was awesome. So you come out and it like talks to you and is like, engage light cycle run in 3, 2, 1, and boom, 0 to 60 in like 2 seconds. And you come outside, like outside under the tunnel, and it's like a big berm, like a dirt bike berm, and
Yeah.
you're going around, you can see all the people underneath you, and then you go into the basement and like inside, and everything else is inside. It was so rad. That ride is 70 seconds long, but it's the best ride I've ever rode. And
That's
like
awesome.
and because I'm such an electronic music like head, I don't know what you
Yeah.
would call that, like raver.
EDM.
Aficionado.
Like I'm a raver.
Aficionado?
I'm a raver. Like there's
Yeah,
no
you're-
other
yeah.
way to say it. I'm a raver.
100%.
Like I'm a raver, so because of that, it was like the music, and like at one point there's a giant screen and you could see these other light cycle bikes flying next to you, and then they explode. Like the fucking ride was
Yeah, dude.
incredible.
Oh, I'm looking at it. This is cool. You almost lay down.
Yes. Like, yeah. So then the second
Wait,
time.
Carrie didn't want to do that? Like, what the fuck?
Well, so the second time she rode it on the bike,
Oh, okay.
and let me tell you, like the second time I loved it just the same.
Yeah.
Like it was it's the best ride I've ever ridden. So if you go to Disney World, Magic Kingdom, ride that ride. That ride is legit. But the
love
second
Tron.
time I did it, my kids were standing on like that part where you go around the berm outside, and I was screaming to them, and they were waving, "Hi, Daddy!" You know what I mean?
that's the
So that
best.
was like you could see them clear as day.
Yeah.
And
They're definitely too little for this.
so that's the thing I didn't understand. It's probably because of the bike.
Yeah.
This ride is a lot easier to ride than Guardians of the Galaxy.
But
Guardians
it's
of the
the-
Galaxy, it's the
the-
bike. Right. So you have to be 48 inches tall. My son
Yeah.
was pissed that he couldn't ride that ride.
Yeah.
Because if he did, he would have liked that ride the best.
How
I've heard a lot of crazy stories though of kids like flying out because they somehow skipped the height requirement.
No,
They're
dude,
just
they are, bro.
right out of the
like,
harness.
No, dude, they're like militant about that shit. Like when we were going on Guardians, I think Ryan got checked 3 times.
Well, now they are, but I mean,
Oh, yeah.
in the past.
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah.
Um,
No, at,
check your
at,
height
Six,
requirements, kids.
at Six Flags, in up near me in Agawam, like they had to rename their big roller coaster because the kid died. So
Yeah.
it's Superman. It was what it used to be called. They had to close it for a while, and they reopened it as Bizarro. Reverse Superman. But it's the exact same ride. Nothing changed. They
No.
just closed it
Yeah.
because somebody flew out and died.
right.
Yeah,
So, yeah. So yeah, I guess that I won't go on that ride ever again. I went on it when it was Bizarro, but I went on a different one in Hershey Park that was similar. And like, I just knew I liked roller coasters. I'm like, great, big roller coaster guy. Let's do the crazy ones. I'm in. And like, Hershey Park's got some dope ones. I think it's Lightning Runner or something. You get launched like 0 to 72 miles an hour in 2 seconds or something like that. Then you go like straight. You just get launched, and then you go straight up and down, whatever. But my point being, they have the big drop ride Superman / Bizarro, and also their big, I forget, Sky something, Skyfall, Sky whatever, Sky Stupid. They don't have like shoulder straps to hook you in, or like a lap bar. They have a thigh bar. So like, if you're a hefty fella like me, like your center of mass is a lot higher than the end of your thighs by your knees. So
Yeah.
like when
you
I
gotta hold on.
on the drop, my ass came out of the seat by like almost a foot. I was almost standing up.
Hell yeah.
No,
That makes it real, dog.
and I had to push myself back into the seat. Like I almost fell out. Like that's not fun.
Suck less.
Like, oh yeah, like
It's a scary
if I
feeling.
just let myself go, I would have, like, if I passed out or something, I would have like broken my kneecaps and like fell forward and off the ride and died. So like that's the same mechanism that Superman has, and yeah, I would not do that again. So I could see how something could fall out.
I could
the
talk
thigh
about
bars,
roller coasters.
Yeah, the thigh bars are very stupid. It's not, I don't care what the ride does. Is if it's got shoulder straps, I'm in. Like dangly feet, that's fine. Shoulder straps, let's go. I'm going to the space shuttle.
Well, if you have shoulder straps, then it's going upside down.
Yeah. Well, no. Yeah, a little bit.
Not
yeah.
necessarily, though.
Yeah,
I've been on a couple that don't.
I've never had a coaster that I had shoulder straps that I didn't go upside down.
There's one at Six Flags on the East Coast, or the West Coast, excuse me. And then in Cedar Point, there's one too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, maybe the West Coast people are just
all day.
weak. They're afraid, so they need shoulder straps for everything.
Yeah, but it is sketchy.
But I had a great time. Really, I didn't spend a ton of money.
That's good.
I did buy one thing for myself, and I bought a Star Wars hoodie. It's a zip-up. I'm not really a big fan of zip-ups, but it was the 40th anniversary edition of The Return of the Jedi. So on the back, it has like that signature, like Return of the Jedi, like Luke, Leia, Han, Chewie, 3PO.
Yeah, that's
and
cool.
R2. Yeah, so I got that. It was green. That was the one thing I got for myself. I did meet Lord Vader and Chewbacca, which that was fucking rad.
Yeah.
So
where was that?
In Hollywood Studios, in like a corner. Like you have to go. It's called like Star Wars Launchpad or something. It was like it had like a museum, huh?
I was going to say, I remember seeing footage of you at the last time you were at Disney, and Chewie was up on like a parapet of some sort, and you were just waving at him.
Yeah.
Now, this time you actually got to meet him.
Yeah, so I went into a room, and like he come and greets you, and of course, dude, when you have the little kids, they eat it up, right? So I got there's actually a picture of me. I got to hug Chewie. That was pretty awesome. But when I got to meet Lord Vader, the Imperial agent, it was TK-427's cousin.
Oh, yeah.
She comes over, and we walked in, and she put her hand up. She goes, Lord Vader will call you when he's ready. And we were like, oh. And he comes over, dude, and he's 7 feet tall, masked, like it's real legit armor. And he goes, you with me. And I'm like, I just busted a nut in my pants. Like I couldn't handle it. Like that was it for me. So then he's talking to Ryan, and he's like, you will be a part of the dark side. And Ryan is so pure at heart, and he goes, no way, I'm a Jedi. And he goes, you will learn. And he waved his hand. Dude, I was dying. And then
that is awesome.
He called everybody over to stand there, and he told my wife, don't move. And then he looks as we like and then when we were leaving, he stopped Ryan because he had like the happy birthday pin on, and he goes, you will join the dark side. And I was just like, oh my God, best day of my life.
That's awesome.
Fuck yeah.
That's so cool.
I built another droid with Ryan because you have to be 5 to build a droid, and I always told him when you're 5, we'll build a droid. So he's got a little R2 unit like me.
Nice.
Then came back to streaming. I had a blast. I don't know what days I streamed. I think Tuesday this week I came back. But when I came back from Disney, I actually played some CSGO. CSGO 2. And
no, it's just Counter-Strike 2.
Okay. So I played that. So I logged in for the first time, and I was playing some Destiny, and I was updating CSGO, and Atrax came in, and he's like, I fucking knew it. I knew it. Ugh, like gurgling on himself, and I was like, dude, what are you talking about? He's like, I knew you'd be playing Destiny. I was like, well, I'm updating the game. I've got like 8 minutes left.
For reference, Marcus and I had a phone call earlier that day, and I said, oh, nice, you're back, so you're probably going to be playing Destiny, huh? And he's like, oh, no, I think I'm going to chill with Destiny. I'm going to save Destiny for Clan on Tuesday. I think I'll play some Counter-Strike or something. So I was like, oh, all right, cool, well, just hit me up whenever you get on later.
Yeah.
And I'm playing games, and I see the little Steam notification, bloop, Marcus B814, Destiny 2. And I was like, sure. And I saw in the Discord, oh, he's hanging out with Doritos. So I had to pop in and be like, Marcus, hello. I knew it.
Well, so what happened is I saw Doritos and Cheese Ezzy were in the Discord, and I joined the Discord, and I was like, what are you guys doing? They're like, oh, we're doing a strike. You want to join? I'm like, sure. I'm updating this game. And little did I know that if you start playing a live service game, your download speed for the game you're downloading goes way down.
Oh, yeah, because it's like last priority.
Right. But either way, so I got to play Destiny with Doritos and Cheese for a little while, which was actually a lot of fun. And then I jumped into CS2 with Atrax, and we started playing Deathmatch, which is like their uber beginner, or for like the pros, they call it warm-up
mode.
Yeah, warm-up mode. To get your like timing right for the guns and everything. Excuse me. So I was playing it, and then Doritos like, what are you playing on? And we were like, oh, we're playing CSGO. So jump in, and he updated the game. He jumped in with us. Then like 10 minutes later, Ezzy jumped in with us, and we ended up playing CSGO for the night. CS2 for the night. And you guys know I'm a graphical whore. I think this game is easier to play for my playstyle than the old game. Yeah, CSGO was totally like you're playing a game from 1996, and this is actually bringing a game up to like 2020. You know what I mean? Like the graphics are still not next gen, I'll call it. But like the water detail, the movement is really smooth. The guns look really good. The game plays really well, and it is a little more forgiving in your movement because the old game was so like block shot. Like I felt like I was playing Minecraft shooter. You know what I mean? And it's not really like that, but that's how it felt when you were trying to shoot something. You had to play like you're playing 8 or 16-bit in order to hit something, where this game is a little more smooth. So I felt like I still got my dick kicked, but I felt like I was able to kill people a little bit better because of this new engine.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed it. Been playing that. I've been playing Cyberpunk.
How is that?
As a graphical whore, it's the most beautiful game I've ever played.
Okay.
Like, the story is fucking cool. All of it is cool. I am way too much of a social gamer, I think, for a single-player RPG.
Yeah, like you're getting bored because there's nobody around.
Yes. Like, it's engaging, but I'm playing it, and, like, nobody's talking in chat, and I'm just playing this game, and I'm just like, go to the next point. Talk to this guy. There's nobody else I'm talking to. You know what I mean?
See that? I like that.
Yes,
Nope.
but you're an introvert.
I don't know what you
Right.
mean.
Well, I know, because you guys are introverts. You guys aren't like me. Like, I'm, as Kitty has always said it, I'm an alien.
Well, yes.
You know what I mean? Like,
wonder if you played the game with just like people in Discord watching you,
then I'd be really
commentary.
pissed off because they'd be talking
Over
while
the
the cutscene's going.
That would make it so funny though. I think that's it. We need like a peanut gallery when you play Cyberpunk.
That would be funny because then I could just
why'd you make that choice? You're dumb, Marcus. Oh, stop putting in stat points in your health. Oh, you should do this. Oh, you should do that. Guys, shut up. Let me play.
Well, see, that would be fun. Okay.
What an idiot. He put 3 points into botany.
Yeah. Oh, he died again to the same mob in the same spot.
Yeah.
Well, so for the record,
Marcus, you're level 7. Why are you at the level 72 planet? Of course the rats are killing you.
Yeah.
So just for the record, I am playing Cyberpunk on easy because I'm doing it for the story to enjoy it.
Well, yeah. You're
fine.
Just enjoying the graphics, right? Like that's
Dude, let me tell you. So Atrax, my game, it wasn't running great with the new PC, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Because I'm so used to just putting on everything on Ultra. Well, this game, the only way you're playing it on Ultra is if you're using a 4080 or a 4090.
Yeah,
right?
That's literally what
Yeah.
it's made for, yeah.
Right. And I'm a 3090. So Atrax is like, yo, go to your GeForce for NVIDIA and put it on the recommended settings. Pretty much everything is on higher ultra, but it shut off a couple other things. The game runs fantastic. I'm playing at 4K at 120 frames. It looks crispy.
That's great.
And the game is really cool, but I haven't played a single player RPG in so long. What's the matter?
Nothing. That was me relaxing,
Oh,
not being annoyed.
all right. Well, I need to bring out the controller because, like, it reminds me a lot of Grand Theft Auto. Because when I drive in Grand Theft Auto, I have to use a controller. Oh, hey, did I give you that?
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
Oh,
So
I should talk about that.
Yeah.
after.
So I have. I need a controller. So I'm going to plug in my Razer Wolverine controller. So when I'm driving, I'm using the controller, and like the gameplay, I'm using that. But this might be the game where I feel more comfortable using a controller. Just for the record, so I can be honest, that all of the Mass Effect games, I played with a controller.
Well, yeah, you played them on
Yeah.
360, no?
No, I played
would
Mass
probably
Effect.
still play.
I played Mass Effect 2 on and 3 or 2 on my PC on Origin. Maybe even 3 on. Yeah, I think I played them on my PC. I'm not sure, but I know I played Mass Effect 2 on the PC, but I always use a controller. That's just me.
I get you.
Yeah.
So maybe the single player games, I'm used to it and it's a little more comfortable. Anyway, I digress on that. Destiny, I'm feeling really meh about. Destiny has lost its like true spark. I have fun. Like Clan Night this week was so much fun. I was back. Everybody was there. People were talking shit. It was just a fun time. But the game itself, I don't want to say over, but I think I've been teased by so many other games right now that it's kind of taking a back seat to me. You know, I don't even have interest in finishing the season pass, like, whatever, who cares, kind of a thing, where, like, I'm having a lot of fun in CS2, Cyberpunk, and then there's Wayfinder, which I fucking love. And, like, it's, you know, so I'm gonna be playing Saturday night. I will not be playing Destiny. I will be playing one of the other games. Hopefully, I can get a crew together to play some CS2 because I really want to play more of that deathmatch. Like, I don't even care about like the casual stuff. I just want to keep playing deathmatch because it's fun. You die and you respawn. You die, you respawn. There's no waiting. There's no frustration. You just play. And if that's how I get to enjoy CS2, then so be it, right?
Well, hopefully when we get like community servers and stuff like that, there's a ton of back in CS:GO, there were people that made like custom missions where you could run through with AI and like you're running through this gauntlet and there's actual missions and quest objectives. There was Danger Zone, which was like the Battle Royale version. Like CS isn't just 5v5 and deathmatch. Like there's KZ maps, which are like jump maps. You try and jump through the obstacle course.
Sure.
So hopefully when they announce or when they release community servers again, then that type of stuff comes up, which that's a ton of fun too.
Yeah. Again, I'm having fun. I definitely this weekend am going to play some Wayfinder. I am going to raid on Sunday night in Destiny. And we'll see how it feels. If I enjoy it the way I always have, I'll keep doing it. If not, I'm going to play other games. I would say that's really where I'm at. Obviously, when the final shape comes out, I'm going to play the fuck out of the game. But, I don't know if after the final shape, if I'm going to keep playing Destiny. Star Wars The Old Republic had their big live stream about the next content update. And it kind of got me excited for the game. But I've been so wrapped up in other things that, it's time for me to play other games. and I really want to. And as I become more of a casual streamer and not so like heart set on one game, like
Yeah.
it is what it is. I have a lot of fun, and that's it. But
Yeah.
I'm happy to be back. Nick, I am so excited that TK427 let you podcast tonight.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's a select Thursday.
And how are you doing?
I'm good. I'm tired today, but good. The first things first, disclaimer, TK427 does not control my life, but this is a very funny meme that I like to go along with.
Dude, why do you have to say that? Like,
Okay, so remember when we had Holly Fields on and we had we like actually thought about being voice actors, and I was like, oh, like a common script is like read this commercial thing, and it was like, and part of it was to say the side effects really fast, like they do with the commercials.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
long story short, I just like doing that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Side effects may
Yeah.
include
Side effects
nausea,
may include-
throwing
yeah,
up,
everything.
throwing your lungs up, your lungs turning into liquid,
Yeah.
diarrhea, extreme
Sponta-
diarrhea,
Spontaneous combustion, attraction to crows, like
liquid filling your lungs,
Attraction
lungs
to
filling
crows.
your liquid, your eyes
Right.
popping out of their sockets, your teeth slowly falling out, all of your
And
beard
maybe-
hairs suddenly turning into toast.
And in rare but sudden cases, you may get captured by Jigsaw and end up in a Saw movie.
right.
Yeah.
You're
Well,
like,
you know-
I think my diarrhea once a week that I get, I'd rather that than all of those side effects. Thank you.
There you go.
Well, you know why they have to list those, right? So, like, I mean, that's like part of what I do for work. They call it in before it's on a commercial. They don't call them side effects. They call them adverse events. And you have to, when a patient's enrolled to a clinical trial for a medication, you have to record every adverse event that they have and when it started and when it stopped, and how likely it's to be attributed to the drug. So if somebody like catches a cold while they're taking,
X drug.
I don't even know. I was trying to think of a funny drug name and I couldn't think of it.
Cialis.
I guess. Dick enlargement pills. The yeah, whatever they take, you have to write down. So a lot of times you end up with things that like really aren't that related to it. You know what I mean? Or it's like, oh, it's a side effect of Tums is like extreme diarrhea or like death due to bowel explosion or something. You know what I mean? It's like, well, because if somebody took Tums because their stomach hurt, there's like, and up 30,000 people took it because their stomach hurt. Yes, there's going to be one or two people out of the 30,000 whose stomach was hurting because it was about to explode. So like that's how you get things in there. Long story short. But anyways,
Meanwhile, back on the ranch.
TK427 threw a joint Halloween / housewarming party this past weekend. And it was fucking epic. She decorates like crazy anyways. Marcus has seen all the pumpkins. So like she has decorations everywhere. Every light fixture in the house had cobwebs on it. Every mirror had cobwebs. Every window had cobwebs inside and outside the house. Like there's pumpkins everywhere. There's pumpkin lights, like jack-o'-lantern lights strung all over the place. There was like spooky, every piece of dishware was spooky themed. Like
Somebody that makes too money,
everything.
that somebody that makes way too much money.
Well, she collects it over time. It's not like she bought all this first for the party, but
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
but
did you invite Feta to the party?
no, I invite my because he hasn't met her.
That would have been a good party to have him at.
I know. I would have loved to. I invite Feta and Jacob and their respective wife / girlfriend, Corey's Joey's wife, of course, and then Alexi, Jacob's girlfriend. But like, I want to invite both of them, but they haven't met her. And like a giant party, not giant, small, like a pretty small house with like 50 plus people in it. With like, and it's like mostly her family and her friends. To have my friends like shoehorn in to try and meet them for the first time at that party is not good. You know what I mean? It's just like there's a shitty environment to try and meet somebody who's also hosting that party and like running around and taking care of people. It's like their relatives, like whatever. You know what I'm saying?
What was your job for the cleanup the next day?
So the night of, we cleaned up for Bless you. For about an hour. I think the last people left like a couple minutes after midnight, and then we were done at 12:59. So like we were basically an hour of cleanup. But I didn't like do any of like the cleaning. So we cleaned up like all the stuff, except for the dishes which are in the sink. But like the cleaning of like re-vacuuming the floors and like mopping and all that stuff, and like clean the bathroom. Like I had to go to paintball the next morning.
Wait, she did that at night? Like she didn't wait until the next morning?
No. I said I didn't do those things.
Oh, yeah.
Because those were for the next morning, and I'm just getting to, if you were listening.
I was listening.
I said I didn't do this
I
morning.
didn't hear the didn't. I thought you said you did.
No, I did like clean up the stuff is what I said.
I see.
Like trash, like that type of thing.
Yeah, of course.
Like put all the food away, like took all the dishware down. It was like reset the house.
What did you cook
basically.
for food?
We did hors d'oeuvres, like from Trader Joe's. It's like a mixed pack of like little pastry puff things with meat in them. And
they're
like
so
spinach
good.
One, and then like a pigs in a blanket one. It's a combo pack. We had a ton of food. So her sister brought over buffalo chicken dip. We had the meatballs in a crock pot with like the chili sauce and the jelly. That was really good. We had her mom brought 2 buckets of J. Timothy's Tavern wings, which is about 50 wings each or 40 wings each. So a bunch of wings. We had like this chicken parm bread that we made that we just heated it up, but it was like you bake it in the oven. It's like chicken parm in a calzone almost, but it's like soft garlic bread on the outside. It was fucking awesome.
Honestly,
yeah, we had like
I kind of want to eat that.
Dude,
yeah.
I'm so hungry now.
What the fuck?
Isn't that good? So then there's also 2 different charcuterie boards, like 4 different kinds of salsa and guac and queso dip and chips and dip. Also, there was
Can I ask you guys a question? Just a
plus
sidebar.
dessert, cookies and cupcakes.
Sidebar.
Yeah.
A
I didn't even get to the drinks.
charcuterie board or whatever the fuck they are called.
You can just say shark coochie.
Whatever charcuterie board
Yeah,
is just an adult lunchable.
it is exactly.
It really is. Yeah, you got the crackers, the cheese, the meats.
the
yeah.
the processed meats. Yeah, it's exactly
All right,
like that.
perfect. As long as we're
So
on
you
the
don't
same
get
page.
your Oreo though.
Right. So for beverages, of course, we also had some spooky ones. Oh, you know what? I just realized I don't think we put the ice hands in the witch's blood. So one of the so also
They're probably
there was
still stuck in your ass.
no, they were in the freezer. I'm
Chili.
gonna text TK427 right now. Did you ever put the witch's hands in the drink?
See, look at
Question mark.
that, everyone.
Send.
Still on his phone. Texting
Yeah,
the
instead of, he's
women
not
in the
swiping
middle of
and
the
swiping
show.
right. He's using his thumbs.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, so
He actually has 2 hands on the phone
Oh,
this
hey,
time.
hey, nerds community! It is October 26, 2023.
okay.
When do you think the big move happens?
Oh, I don't know.
No, that's not for you to answer, Nick. This is for the
Yeah.
community.
Oh, I see.
Type it in the Discord. When do you think Nick finally just is moving in with TK427?
I mean, that's very likely to happen. Just when, I don't know.
I
But,
say January 1st.
Oh no.
Well, I
definitely
mean,
after
it
that.
is a lot of imperial paperwork to get processed, and there's a long wait list. You know, like there are only so many imperial apartments that can house 2 units, so it's a big coordinating mess.
That's awesome. What the hell was I talking about? Actually?
Some witch's
the-
hand
the
and
drinks.
drinks.
Party or
Meanwhile,
something.
Didn't
back
you
on
make
the
like?
main
Didn't you,
meanwhile.
Oh my god!
dude?
Remix.
Someone take his aux cord.
Dude, I
privileges.
want to. Didn't
Oh,
you
I was
make
talking
like
about
a
the
5?
drinks.
Didn't you make like a
Yes.
5-gallon tub of margaritas?
3 gallons, but yeah, we made 2 gallons of like apple cider, and then that's non-alcoholic, and then this witch's blood like punch stuff, which was like grape juice, like a berry juice, and like Sprite, and like a bunch of frozen berries, and then like I don't know. Yeah, and then we had the vodka on the side, so you could add it yourself, because she was trying to give options for people who don't drink. Excuse me, or kids. There's also kids there. And then the margaritas that I made, yeah, those are definitely full alcoholic. And
There were kids there?
yeah, in the beginning. Yeah.
How old were the kids?
Like 7 and 10 or something, or roughly.
Did you guys notice that?
What?
My kids didn't get the invite.
Well, your kids have never met Taylor, and neither have you.
Also,
Just
weren't
talking
you at
shit.
Disney?
Yes.
You were in Disney the entire time, anyways. But even if you weren't, I wouldn't have invited you anyway.
That's funny.
For the aforementioned reasons. Same reason I didn't invite Joey or Jacob. I would have liked to invite all of y'all, but none of you have met Taylor.
He's pussy. So, how much out of the 3 gallons of margaritas?
Okay.
How much was left?
What amount of liquid was left?
Yes.
0 milliliters.
It was gone.
Gone. Yeah. So her family, I think the party started at 4 technically, and her family, one of her aunts showed up at 3:58, and
That's normal. That's late.
but to be early to a party, we weren't done.
Dude,
right.
I hate being early to parties so much.
Oh, me too. I always go whatever time they give you, you arrive 30 minutes later. You know what I mean?
I'm last
For an
to
adult-
show
for
up,
an adult
first to
party-
leave at
For an adult
parties.
party, anyways, if it's like a kid's party, then like do like 10 minutes because you're supposed to arrive like at the time. You know what I mean? But like an adult party, you don't ever arrive on time.
I try not to arrive super, like, I don't know about half an hour, but somewhere between the time listed and 15 minutes after is
that's
what I aim
safe.
for.
Yeah, definitely.
I hate being early.
Yeah, same. And you're just awkwardly standing there. But anyways, yeah. So the family came earlier, essentially, and then as they sort of trickled out, 7:00 ish, getting to 8:00. That's when her friends started coming over, and so like the crowd kind of changed over, and that's when a lot of the margarita got drank.
I wonder who that was.
I had like 6, so but that's certainly that doesn't even put a dent in the 3 gallons.
Well, no,
You know?
because you're basically following orders the entire party, and you're basically like the party bitch.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
Because
yeah,
she's
he's on
hosting.
duty. He can't drink.
Oh, yeah, exactly. He's on duty. Exactly. Like she's like making sure people are okay, but as soon as she needs something, she's
Can you grab
calling.
this for me? Yeah.
What
Yeah,
color
yeah,
was
yeah,
your
yeah,
Imperial armor that you put on?
Oh, mine was black.
Dude,
pinstripes.
definitely not. Definitely not. His was whatever the biggest. Like if you close your eyes, because everybody's color is different. Close your eyes and think of the wussiest color ever. That's what
Pink.
color Nick. Yeah.
Pink
See,
or
that's
yellow?
your color. See,
That's
like
what I was thinking, yeah.
I look at pink as like a
Like
powerful
a
color.
salmon.
Oh yeah, Nick wearing salmon. Yeah, his armor's definitely salmon. That's a great call. his call. His salmon stormtrooper.
salmon troopers.
Yeah, the salmon trooper. Yeah,
And
definitely.
everybody walks funny, like you're wiggling like a fish.
Yeah.
That's funny.
That's why they can't hit anything.
Right, because they're wiggling. But yeah, the Halloween party was awesome, and I was able to dodge a lot of the cleaning because I had paintball conveniently for me, but not convenient for Taylor. I felt terrible.
Wait a minute.
You
Did
sound
you
like
actually fucking feel bad? Like, come on, dude. Don't fucking bullshit, dude. You get out
Yeah,
of cleaning.
nah, you
like,
loved
you're
it.
going to play paintball. Dude, that's the greatest thing ever. Because tomorrow morning, she's going to wake up dehydrated, cranky, and all she's going to want to do is clean her house. It's going to be out of control. And you got to avoid 100% of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And enjoy the party.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I did feel bad, but yeah, because I don't like leaving her with stuff to do.
You know what? Everybody,
to
so
help.
you, yeah, I understand that, but everybody, so you know, he's only saying that because of the off chance that she listens to this podcast.
Yeah.
Like he saved her back. He'd be like, they're just talking shit, babe. Of course, I felt bad. I felt terrible when I woke up and I saw there was the sink had an overflow of dishes. I just wanted to do those for you, but I had to shoot paintballs out of my gun. I felt terrible.
Dude, that sounds like a Bill Burr joke. Like, legit. I'm sure you felt just awful.
Yeah, that's awesome. But anyways, what did I just do to my notes? Yeah, I start a master's program on Monday. That's exciting.
Oh boy, everybody. Select Mondays are gonna be super secret select.
Well, yeah, I'll have to. I have to, evaluate how much time that's going to actually take up once the class starts, and like things get rolling. You know what I mean?
How many classes are you taking?
It's one, but it's over 8 weeks. They kind of put it together. You do one and then one and then one. You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't know what you mean.
So yeah, so grad school is structured way different, and it's an online program. So you'll still get your master's in like a year and a half or like a little under 2 years, but it's only 36 credits total.
Okay.
Each semester you take like 6 or so, but you also take class over the summer and the winter.
So wait.
So you take one class at a time for 8 weeks, and then 8 weeks, and then the winter 8 weeks.
Oh,
8 weeks,
okay. Now I understand what you're saying.
So you end up taking like, you're taking.
I thought you meant
6 credits per semester, quote unquote, which is full time for grad school, and then normally like full time would be 12 and up in undergrad.
I thought you meant, in the 8 weeks you start off with one class, but then they get weaved in over 8 weeks.
Oh no! No, it's one class for 8 weeks, and then a different class for. You know what I'm saying?
So are you gonna potentially change your stream night?
No, I would just have to get rid of streams. I don't have a night to change it to. You know what I mean?
Well, so select Mondays are over.
Well, not yet, but they're more select for sure. You know what I mean? But anyway,
yes.
Stay tuned for details. It's in Masters in Healthcare Management with a business concentration, so I can do different shit if I wanted to. But anywho, I've also been playing a lot of Starfield. Well, I did on Monday, anyways. I gotta say, the ship that you get at the end of the Freestar Rangers quest line is legit. Like, I would do some of the main story. Oh, I also got to a cool point in the main story that I'm not going to spoil because it's fucking awesome. But Freestar Rangers, I would do that in the main quest like pretty much right away because like I've struggled with like my ship's cargo being full all the time, so I like added a bunch and then did some different things, and I wanted to like add stuff on so I could put like workshops in there, and I couldn't figure out how to do that. But then I got this ship, and it's got a lot of that already, and it's got like way more storage in the cargo and everything, and it's way faster, and the reactor's like way above what I could like build myself, so you have like more power for shit. It's awesome. It's wicked cool. I definitely recommend it. I of course painted it all black, and that's what I'm doing. But also continuing down the Crimson Fleet Space Pirates quest line, which is fun. I'm doing a lot of researching in the game so that I can make better mods for things and make better drugs and cook better food dishes and all that fun stuff, which is cool. And I have not done anything with outposts yet, but like I'm having so much fun with the ship part. I like don't really feel obligated to do outpost stuff like gathering resources. But I got quite the upgrade today. I went from regular internet to super internet.
Super duper. What makes it super?
It's fiber. So my town actually has city that I live in has their own electrical company, and that electrical company also started setting up like fiber optic cable. So like as it got installed in the infrastructure, you could sign up to get your apartment or house switched to that, and it's awesome because it's the same price I was paying to Spectrum for 300 megabits per second download and then like 15 upload. And
that's nice.
Well, that's what I was getting from Charter, but when I get for the same price at the fiber place, that's a gig down and a gig up for the same price as I was getting 300 down to 15 up. So that's quite the upgrade for no additional money, and like the rate doesn't change and all that stuff, which is cool.
At no additional cost to you.
Right. In other news, if you're just listening, my beard is like the longest I've ever had it ever, which is kind of awesome. That's all there. And in paintball news, World Cup grind starts this weekend. Oh, and there's a fun custom milled gun that type that I want to get. That's dropping on Monday. So I'll if I end up having Monday be Select Monday, it'll be delayed because I'm going to be trying to click as fast as I can to get to buy one of those paintball markers. It's called a Twister.
Wait, what day?
That's
Monday?
what's up.
Yeah, Monday night.
Monday.
Dude, what time is your class?
It doesn't matter. It's whenever I have to do it. But I need time to do it. That's the issue.
No, but that's what I'm asking. So, like, when is your target time to do your class?
After work, whenever I have time. I was trying to do it before this episode, but I didn't have time.
You know what's funny, Nick?
Yes.
You talked about Starfield. You're talking about your internet. And then Marcus asks about the program.
I know. Like, that was so 10 minutes ago.
Come on. We're 2 bullet points ahead, Marcus.
Wait a minute. No,
Where have
I
you
was
been?
just... No, he just mentioned it.
No, I didn't.
Wait, no, he
No,
was
he
talking...
didn't.
Well, you listen to me. He was talking about Monday with the new gun, and it made me pop into my head on what time does your class... Like, is it a scheduled class? Like, hey, I gotta be... you know what I mean? That's what I was asking. Because I was thinking about the gun, like, does that interfere with your class schedule? That's all I meant.
No.
Nope,
It does
I
not.
was listening.
What was I saying? Yeah, Beard is
Your
super
beard
long.
is the longest.
And World Cup grind starts this weekend, so we're going extra hard at practice, getting ready for World Cup. And A-Tracks, I completely did not do that on purpose of skipping you. I don't know why. When I was freestyling the rest of the intro, I was just like, "Oh, Marcus is next, right?" I didn't even like look at the notes.
Yeah,
So
but it was
anyhow,
a nice
We
mix-up.
gotta-
It was a nice
we
mix-up.
gotta mix it up.
All right,
A little
Well, anyway.
ticka remix.
All right.
Remix.
A-Tracks.
I'm
what have you
taking
been
that
up to?
button away from him.
Wait, which
So
button?
the soundboard.
Sorry, go ahead.
I'm just
Are
happy
you
he
sure?
does.
Wait, are
I'm
you
just
sure it
happy.
was that
Sure,
button?
I'm just happy he doesn't have chickens, because that would fucking
Nick,
drive me.
You know what to do.
Oh, I'll have chickens before this episode gets released.
Yeah, please do. That would be wonderful. So last week, we didn't have an episode, and one of the reasons was, Marcus was gone, and we didn't have a guest. And on top of that, on Thursday, I got asked to fill in for the same team in the Counter-Strike Confederation as a couple weeks ago. And we were playing against the number 1 team in the division for the official game. But we had a scrim before, and so we played our scrim before on Ancient. We lost 11-13, but we there were some things that we could learn. Like, it was clear, all right, well, if we did this, maybe 1 or 2 rounds, and we could have swung the game in our favor. Like, it was a very close game. Like, literally 1 round, we would have gone to overtime. 2 rounds, we win. So, it was a very good game. Great scrim. We learned from that scrim. Played the official on the same map, Ancient, and we beat the top team 13-6. We made them look like noobs.
Wow.
Yeah, we crushed them.
Do you think they were like just not focused or something? Or did you guys just play really good or combo?
It could have been a bad day. It was a big game. I think the team I was subbing for was ranked number 4. So it was like a number 4 against number 1.
Okay.
So
Cool.
Underdog.
And we had 2 fill-ins, 2 subs. So
That's good.
yeah, it was
Totally.
fun. Lots of good times, lots of good Counter-Strike played. They stream Tuesdays and Thursday nights, the Counter-Strike Confederation, CS Confederation on Twitch. So go watch. It's fun. It's good, just like casual Counter-Strike. You can get involved and all of that good stuff. They have like an official website with stats and all of that cool Counter-Strike stuff. They keep track of everything. They put out rankings and there's drafts every season, all of that cool stuff. So it's a regular, good old-fashioned beer league, and it's fun to play in.
That's awesome. If as a quick sidebar, just to bring it back to those chicken noises.
Yeah.
If you're in the Nerds Community Discord, which you should be if you listen to the podcast, go to Marcus B814's Twitch/Kick channel in the Discord, and let me know what you think by reacting to my comment I just put in there. And that's all that.
Ooh.
Atrax,
Ooh,
what
I
else
like
you been
that.
up to?
Yes. Oh, that's wonderful.
See if
Please
Marcus
go
goes-
check that out. Yeah, please go
Yeah.
check that out. So, yeah, it was really fun to evolve our game from one map to the next. I haven't really had that experience before in trying really hard in Counter-Strike. And it was a lot of fun. And, yeah, I good times. Hopefully we can get to Division 2 Counter-Strike.
Hell yeah.
For the memes. For the memes. It was fun to evolve as a team. Hot Wheels Unleashed 2 Turbocharged, my next bullet point. It released this week. And for longtime listeners of the show, you may know that one of my original games as a kid that I played a ton of was Hot Wheels Stunt Track Driver. Hot Wheels Stunt Track Driver.
Could you guys hear the
What?
chickens?
No.
No. Oh, man, that's funny.
Hey, can I just tell you that's the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard in my life, okay?
He discovered the...
So what I
Discovered
did,
the
for
Discord
those just
message.
listening, what I put in the Discord was like, hey, everybody in the Nerds community, I think that we should really have a redemption for Marcus having to use this sound as his background music for one whole stream. And I put a YouTube video link that's just 10 hours of chicken noises. Just like in a big crowd.
Could you imagine Marcus streaming for 10 hours and he has chicken noises in the background the whole time? Oh, man.
I think he'd probably rather just have the stream hear the chicken noises and make himself muted.
I
And
don't
Marcus,
know, man.
Now I can hear Marcus is watching the Hot Wheels
now I
trailer.
can- Oh, that's for Stunt Track Driver, isn't it?
Oh, that was good.
Yeah.
Anyway, that Hot Wheels game, I do want to play it.
Yeah. So I played it and I recorded it, but when I went to edit it, the screen was frozen. Like the main
The gameplay?
video. Yeah, the gameplay was just frozen at a screen, and I was like, what the hell? So I went and I checked my second recording because I did multiple recordings. It works fine for other games because I tried using NVIDIA Shadowplay instead of OBS. It works for other games, but apparently for some reason Hot Wheels, it does not work very well. So I was a little disheartened about that, but the game is a ton of fun, and I highly recommend it to everybody out there because you got drifts around the corners, like the cars feel good. It's a little wonky because the motorcycles don't have drivers, so it's just like a motorbike that's like moving without a driver, and it's a little weird to see at first, but
Yeah.
you kind of get used to it after a while.
I don't know. It makes me think like it's driven by Tesla's software.
Yeah,
It's a Tesla- it's a Tesla
It's a
motorcycle.
sentient Hot Wheel, right? It's like Toy Story. We're in the Toy Story universe, right?
Yeah, it's Miss Minutes. is
Andy's room or something, or Cars, maybe. I don't know. But the game is a lot of fun. There's a track editor too, so I'm sure the community will come up with a ton of really cool tracks and creative things, like they always do. People are really creative out there. And so far, the story mode is a lot of fun. I've only played a few missions, but I'm looking forward to getting into more of it and just enjoying some good old-fashioned Hot Wheels racing, Throw the nostalgia back and enjoy some next-gen graphics. It looks really, really good. Like,
it does.
The road looks plasticky, like it should, and the cars look like Hot Wheels, but then the backgrounds are, again, they're fairly... I wouldn't say realistic, but just it fits well in the world. Super fun.
Hell yeah.
And then I can't remember when it was. It was sometime last week. I was watching good friend of the show, SM Playboy,
Love that guy.
watching his stream. Yeah, man. And he got me to try Albion Online, which is It describes itself as a sandbox MMORPG, and
Okay.
I'm pretty hooked. It reminds me a lot of old school RuneScape, which I played a lot of, especially during middle school years. Played
Okay.
a ton of RuneScape, and so now it's a lot of fun to just run around and farm logs and minerals too. You can like crush rocks and such.
The first
Minerals.
video that popped up when I searched Albion Online is entitled "Worst MMO Ever?" Albion Online.
Well, there you go. Watch it.
And hey,
Probably gonna say no.
and then he's messing with logs, and I leave logs on the toilet all the time.
There you
Oh, yeah.
go.
Yeah,
sure you
Marcus
do.
doesn't like flushing.
That's,
Always flush.
that's
I always
rough.
put the seats
That's
down.
rough.
I
No,
know.
dude.
I'm just kidding.
I stain toilets, son.
Yeah, there's
Racing stripes every time.
Hell yeah. Oh, for
You
sure.
got force, man. Jeez. Like that's what it is.
you have no idea.
I'm glad, dude.
Actually, that's not true. You stayed with us a couple days at PAX, so you get an idea.
I shoot loads, son.
It wasn't that bad.
Right, but that was just a
Maybe
glimpse.
he was being kind, or the worst was like in other bathrooms.
Dude, all I
Right.
heard was you talk about how you were stuck in the,
the-
vortex.
So
Dude,
vortex.
that was the worst ever. It's actually the worst. All right.
Actually,
I'm in the
Actually-
vortex.
Honestly,
I'm stuck in the vortex.
it was the worst.
It's cold out here because it's Boston.
Ugh. And you guys have this freaking fan, and Mark's is farting, and I'm stuck in a vortex. And I have little Miss
wasn't
Pony.
a fan.
I have Miss Pony, unicorn
Literally,
sheets.
the sheets were not the worst part of it. The sheets were like the least of my problems. I had bigger problems than the sheets.
Yeah.
Yeah, ordering a mojito in March in Boston.
That
Ye- yes.
all sorts of crazy stuff.
It was
Well,
Anyway.
anyway, Albion is not the worst MMO ever. That would be Destiny.
Heyo.
I'm hooked on Albion. It's a lot of fun to farm stuff. Basically, there's like 10 quests that tell you, okay, here's how you go gather materials. Materials. Here's how you go refine materials. Here's how you trade stuff. These are cities. These are red zones. You'll die here and lose all your stuff. So don't, be careful of people ganking you. All right, have fun. No more quests from here on out. Just go enjoy the game. And it's a lot of fun. And I've been watching Playboy's stream, and he has an empire of all sorts of people moving materials around for him. And apparently it took one dude like 45 minutes to walk across the map with all the stuff, because you can't fast travel with it. It costs an insane amount of money to fast travel, like more than the goods are actually worth to fast travel with them. So you have to, if you want to sell them in a different city, you have to manually move them across the continent and sell them at that particular marketplace. I think it's kind of cool. Other people may not like it. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But so far, I'm like 20 hours into it, and it's been a blast. I encourage people to try it. It's free to play, and you can play on mobile. You can play on PC, all that good stuff.
Awesome.
In Game of the Month news, the Dota 2 International. I'm
Are you
disappointed.
fucking kidding
I'm-
me
no,
right
no, no,
now?
Hold on. That's right. It's Game of the Month news time.
I can't control the volume to fade that out, but that would be that would be good.
Honestly, it would be really great, but I am kind of disappointed there were no chicken sounds in there.
I know. I can't
You
add them
had
while we're
one
live.
job.
I
You
fucking
had those, but you had that before.
Hey, so just so you
that's
know,
great.
I'm deleting the soundboard from fucking Riverside.
Hold on. Did you guys hear this yet?
Powered by Riverside FM.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, right?
No. It's
I like
fucking.
it.
I think it's great. I don't like that one.
That's a good one for when Marcus interrupts somebody. He just starts going on an explanation about something.
I'm just letting you both know right now.
You have to keep talking.
No, I'm just letting you both know, and this is from my heart. I fucking hate you both. All right.
Mission accomplished, everybody. Mission
Dude, the
accomplished.
soundboard is lovely. Oh man. So
Anyway, so Game of the Month news. The Dota
it's
2
Game of the Month news. Hey, that is my segment. All right.
Yeah,
I've listened to you do it before, Marcus.
I just wanted to say.
Enthusiasm.
I just wanted to say Dota 2 International. That's all I wanted to say.
I'm sure.
It's not as that exciting, I guess.
The Dota 2 International is going on. It has been a ton of fun to watch. Shout out to all of the people who have been in the watch parties: Doritos, Zeph, Dickles, Ezzy, and everybody else that hopped in for a minute or two to watch over the last 2 weekends. The finals are this weekend. We will be doing watch parties for it, so come hang out in the Discord, and it'll be a good time. Doritos has been really enjoying it. Like, it's actually surprised me a little bit how much Doritos has enjoyed watching Dota 2, but it's always great to have more people. You can join the Working Class Nerds Guild on Dota 2. It's free to play. You get all the characters unlocked like right away. You download the game and you can immediately play. There's a lot of good tutorials and stuff. But going back to the international. Okay, Marcus. Going back to the international, my fantasy roster has been doing pretty good. My pick'ems for the brackets are doing great, giving me battle pass levels and all of that cool stuff. The
Multi-pass.
battle pass. It's called the Compendium.
Yeah, the
Dota
multi-pass.
2. The Compendium. The bingo card has been less successful for me. I only got like 1 or 2 bingos, which was like 2 levels. So hopefully the last bingo card will provide me with a ton of points. But it's been good so far, at least for me as a beginner. I've heard through various news outlets and reporters and things like that, like people are saying, oh, Dota's on the decline. It's been the lowest prize pool that it's been in years, which is true. But from a new player perspective, there's a lot to be excited about. Like, I can watch the games live in the game client, and there's like little predictions that pop up that you can do. Like, oh, do you think that this player will have the most kills by the end of the game or the least kills? Or, just different things like that can give you rewards, which you're already watching. So I think it's kind of cool. Maybe other people, not so much. But I've been thoroughly enjoying it, and it's been fun to share with the community as well. So get involved. I think this is the last episode. Yeah, this is the last episode for this Game of the Month. Next month, we will have a new Game of the Month.
Whoa.
So stay tuned for November's Game of the Month.
In AIE news, Tuesday nights, we are back, baby. Clan Night is back in Destiny 2, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Usually we go 9 to like 10:45, 11 o'clock, depending. For me, how tired I am, it usually comes down to that. It is really good to be playing Destiny on Clan Night with everybody because we always have fun. We always end the night in like a private PvP match where we just get to talk shit and have fun. I really enjoy that because getting to shoot my friends, I love it. But my favorite gun in the game just got nerfed, so next week's private PvP match is going to really suck for me.
Which one?
The Osteo Striga.
The heat-seeking submachine gun?
Yes.
Yeah.
I am actually going to have to aim.
Wow. My condolences.
Yep. So the other thing, too, is Tuesday nights you can do Mandatory Fun Night, where the fun is mandatory, but attendance is not, in Star Wars The Old Republic at 9 p.m. Eastern. And Corley will happily guide you very thoroughly through the galaxy and accomplish goals. So if all this sounds fun to you, go to aie-guild.org. The Discord information is at the top right-hand corner of the page. Once you click it, you join the Discord. You can ask for a guild invite, whether or not you play any of the games that we have, and there are a lot of them in the Discord. We would love to have you. So now I have rambled probably more than everybody else. I know Nick has to pee and make sure that he is approved to continue the podcast for the rest of the show from TK427, because she has texted him like 700 times asking him when he's going to bed. So we will be right back. My God, what is taking him so goddamn long?
Nick, hurry up, man.
It's all that beer you're drinking. Come on, bro.
Bros before hoes, man.
And we're back. So today we're talking about cross-platform gaming. We're talking about playing Xbox people playing with PlayStation people, and PlayStation people playing with PC people, and PC people playing with Xbox people, and sometimes Apple people. Those weird Mac gamers.
But never Switch.
But never Switch. No, not the Nintendo Switch. Ever.
Just for the record, I can't even imagine playing Mortal Kombat 1 on the Switch. I watched the IGN review of Mortal Kombat 1 on everything, and then Mortal Kombat 1 on the Switch. It's like, they're like, don't even waste your money. It's the worst game ever made.
I'd buy
Like, they
it
did
on
it-
sale for like $5 simply for the memes to see how terrible it is and to show other people how terrible it is, but I wouldn't pay more than $5 for it.
But that's the problem. Nintendo doesn't discount their games.
well,
Yeah,
right. So it'll never happen. So I'm not worried about
Right.
it. Just saying.
So
Not worried.
so a little backstory on this cross-platform. Ray, you and I were talking, and he was complaining about cross-platform gaming, and him and I started to talk about it, and I'm like, man, you're making some good points. And then he's like, well, you know, what do you think A-Trax would think? And we just started talking, and I was like, man, we got to talk about this on the podcast. So let me ask you guys, this is your rapid fire. Why is cross-platform gaming good?
Well, in theory, it will let you play games with people, with like your friends who have different systems, right? Like you could play, a PC player could play with an Xbox person or a PlayStation person or whatever, and vice versa. So like that's the good parts in theory.
And that's a problem that's been had for years for gaming. Like, like when I was a kid and I didn't buy my own stuff, it's like, oh, okay, well, we have a PlayStation at home, but my friends have Xboxes, so I can't ever play with them. Not necessarily like because of I chose to purchase the PlayStation, or necessarily like, I got a game system, great, but now I can't play with my friends type deal.
Right.
My perspective, why it's good, is a little bit different. I look at it as player population.
That too.
Because if there's three systems, Xbox, PlayStation, and PC playing together, that is a bigger pool of people for whatever it is you're playing.
Yeah,
Yep.
I get what you're saying. It's like a better mix, sort of sample size.
What is the bad for you guys?
The bad,
Or why is it bad?
The bad part is that the logistics of communicating with each other has not cut up yet. Like the ability to be in the same lobbies is there, at least in terms of like, I'm thinking of Call of Duty, for example.
Sure.
But
Yeah.
like the Discord app on PlayStation just came in like 2 or 3 months ago, just got like actually released, which is like inexcusable to me. Like, how is it taking that long? And even still, it's terrible. So
Do you
like,
think
can't,
that's a Discord side or a PlayStation side decision?
well, probably PlayStation, but like, why?
Probably.
So like, why? There's no good way to like talk to people, and like, I feel like I've tried to play game chat with people, like TK, not TK427, the gentleman who runs Malicious, the owner, if you will. He he has a PlayStation, but like just refuses to download the Discord app. So when we play Warzone, it's in game chat, and like game chat is terrible. I don't mean just like, oh, other people can hear you. Like it cuts in and out. Like even if you're in a party, like when you're on the loading screen, you can't hear each other. Like there's no like prioritization of the voice chat. It cuts in and out as like the game loads in. Like it's just terrible. Yeah.
The other thing is, go ahead.
I was going to say, I'll be honest though, I think that's more of a Call of Duty thing than overall like cross-platform issue, because in Rocket League, my friends and I use in-game chat, and it's pretty good across all platforms. So it feels like more of a Call of Duty thing in that specific scenario. But I know
also,
what you
don't
mean
forget,
about using game chat in general.
Yeah, Rocket League is a lot simpler of a game though, so I'm sure it's easier to get those two things optimized. But
Right.
but even still, it's just my point being like the infrastructure, if you will, to set up actual cross-platform gaming is not there yet. You know what I mean? Like it should just be built in. You just use a Discord, WhatsApp, like any communication device app. You should be able to get on your PlayStation or Xbox, and then get it on your computer, and you just talk to each other, no problem. You know what I mean?
That
Skype,
costs
whatever
money.
it
Yeah, but
calls. You know what I mean?
But that costs money, one. And two, the only reason why, and I believe this, is you know you're like this, it's because you are a PC gamer and you have Discord. Where if you were an Xbox or a PlayStation, a console gamer, you wouldn't even understand Discord. Because I talk to people who only have an Xbox, they don't even know what Discord is.
Also, too, systems haven't been able to multitask until like the most current gen. Like even PlayStation 4, you couldn't run two applications at the same time. It would always suspend or close the other one. So up until now with like PlayStation 5, where you have, even then it suspends the game. It just somehow it recognizes the game state and will bring it back. Like that technology is new now, so running two processes at the same time, like that requires a lot of extra work on PlayStation's part for no money. Like they're not getting any money off of it.
Well, so let the app develop, like the Discord, for example, develop it.
Yeah, but
like
it
should
costs
have been
money.
done years ago.
Well, right, but I think slowly but surely it is going to be integrated really well, and it is coming. I just think that they're putting it onto a system who's already restricted, and they need to make it work well. It's coming. You know what I'm saying?
I would also argue that you can just use your Discord on your phone, and it works just the same.
Yeah, but then you need two sets of headphones.
Yeah, then you need a set of headphones, and because you can't have it Bluetooth to both.
Right.
It's the logistics, because like Scarlett and Goldie do that. They both play on Xbox. Maybe they're using Xbox on their Discord because Xbox had Discord better, and I think the Xbox Discord is actually working really well right now.
Yeah, no,
You've been able to.
the
I was
Xbox
say,
Discord
you can do
app works
Xbox.
great.
You can do Xbox Party chats on PC too.
That's
like you
more
can
annoying,
join
though.
an Xbox
Yeah.
Party chat.
Yeah, but again, because I'm a PC gamer, like the only communication I want to use is Discord.
Right.
Get in the Discord call. It works every time. It sounds crystal clear. You know, I don't want to ever, like, you know what drives me crazy is when we go into a Call of Duty or something that has an open chat and you hear, like, I'm going to bring it back to Modern Warfare 2, like these fucking idiots going, and you're like, dude, I don't want to hear that. It's one thing if I'm interrupting Nick in the podcast, but because that's just us. But like, I don't want to hear somebody screaming Meatloaf at the top of their lungs.
Yeah. Mom, the meatloaf.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or just like people that just like blare music into their mic, or they have their mic like half plugged in, half not, and don't even realize. You just hear like, yeah, or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and
like,
let's
God.
just be real. The sound quality is god awful.
Oh, terrible. Yeah.
It sounds worse than your CD Walkman from 1997.
And
Right.
the mute all button is like 4 menus deep.
Oh, it's terrible.
You have to turn it on every single match.
It's like,
Yes.
come on, people. Jesus Christ. Yeah.
Right.
That seems to be like strictly a Call of Duty issue, though, because I don't run into
But-
that in a whole lot of other games.
Let's
Yeah,
just
but
I'm just going to
the
be
player
really
pool is
honest here.
different.
Let's just be real. Call of Duty is the worst optimized game there is.
It's
Activision,
so bad.
Blizzard,
Yeah.
Microsoft. Well, maybe with Microsoft now it'll get better, but like
I doubt
that
it.
game is so like fuck you. We don't care. You're gonna play the game. They don't optimize nothing. Every download is 50 gigs. They don't optimize shit. They don't give a fuck. They're everything about the game except the gameplay is terrible.
Yeah.
They don't do anything for quality of life. They're just like, we're going to give you new shiny guns and you're going to grind, and because
And you're gonna
we're-
like it.
we're king shit.
Yeah.
So going into that, so we have our initials. Why is it good? Why is it
Good
bad?
and bad.
Oh, I should talk about one. Never mind. I'll bring it back. I'll
All
bring
right.
it up later. Go ahead.
As a general, what do you guys think? Your own personal opinion on since, because we've been around since cross-platform started, right?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on it in like general statements? Like for me, general statement is I like it because of the player pool and it gives me an opportunity to play with more friends, but I also don't like it because sometimes I feel like when you're playing with a controller and you have aim assist, it does help you in certain situations.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Yeah. Atrax, what are your thoughts?
I think overall it's important to have, but I think it's more difficult to do than people realize, and that's
Yeah.
like it's incredibly expensive for like purely for player enjoyment. Like the amount of effort that I would imagine it takes to link 2 platforms together, let alone 3, and have them all run smoothly at like the same time when the systems vastly differ. Like that has to be an incredibly monumental task and cost so much money. So the game has to make an insane amount of money in order for it to be worth it. I don't necessarily know how, like, it would require console makers to actively be looking to do cross platforms, and that doesn't necessarily make them money because having exclusives does, because then people have to buy their console to play certain games. So it's, I don't know, it's kind of, it would be really nice to have super good cross platform, but I think for now it's just strictly going to be functional and work decently enough. In terms of actual gameplay, I think there's ways to level out good and bad things. Like, just let everybody use whatever input system they want. If you're on Xbox and you want to use a keyboard and mouse, go for it. If you're on, PC and you want to use a controller, like, go for it. I'm kind of past the whole, oh, well, it's unfair for controller players to have the controller because they have aim assist. All right, well, buy a controller and use one if you think it's that bad, or like just get better
Right.
with the keyboard and mouse. Like, stop complaining about it. Just
Yeah.
use whatever input you want. Like,
I agree. I've played a good amount of Call of Duty in Warzone. It's cross platform, and there's not that big of a difference. Like, yeah, you do get aim assist,
Yeah.
but like if you're like, I'm not particularly good at Call of Duty. I think my KD is like 1, but like I think that's fairly average. So like,
yeah,
I don't know. And I'm definitely worse at Warzone, and I don't notice a big difference. If you're playing at a PC and getting really smoked by controller players, like, well, there is a big difference. You should adjust your playstyle for one, because close range is where
Right.
you get the aim, like really close range, having the aim assist, that's where it makes a difference. Like if you both have the same SMG but you're indoors, that aim assist on the controller player might help them get like 1 extra headshot quicker than you or something like that, and then that's what's going to give them the couple milliseconds you need to like kill each other or not. But like at a longer range, the aim assist doesn't help as much as like a PC players typically fare better at longer ranges because it's easier to track with a mouse versus like the analog sticks and aim assist at distance. It's just not as effective. But close range, there's definitely a disadvantage for PC players, but like it's still like a get good kind of thing, at the end of the day.
yeah.
Suck less.
Well, and if you're at the top level of whatever game it is that is cross-platform, you're going to use whatever input method is determined by the other professionals to be the best. Like
Yeah,
if
actually,
there's an option, like keyboard and mousers, they're all going to be keyboard and mouse. Or I think it's Rocket League, where some people use keyboard and mouse and some people use controller. Like I don't know. It's
no
kind
to
of
your
over the whole input thing.
To your point, actually, Apex and Apex Legends, which I'm not super familiar with because I don't play, but it's a battle royale. They, I guess, in the pro leagues, you have to have it's teams of 3, and one of the players has to use a controller
Interesting.
There you go.
because, or it's like the meta that like you have 2 keyboard and mouse and 1 controller player because of the
Right.
close range advantage with the aim assist.
Interesting.
Yeah, but
see,
if need
like-
be, you have the 2 PC players that engage from larger distances.
And to me, that makes that particular esport interesting. Like that now, equipment is like a meta thing. So now
Right.
you can have sponsors for equipment in your esport. Like
Yeah,
he uses Logitech controller or Razer controllers, and he uses Logitech keyboard. Like I don't
Yeah.
know. I think
Hi,
there's
I'm-
good things there.
I'm Super Sniper 69, and I only use Fisher Price controllers.
Insert whatever controller maker company wants to give us money here.
Yeah, yes, exactly. They're the best controllers to ever control.
Yeah.
Uh, was that our general thoughts? I forget.
Did
no, it
you
was-
go, Marcus?
Yeah, I
Those
talked about
general
it.
thoughts. Yeah.
The big one for me that I would say, I guess, experience-wise, coming kind of out of the general and kind of just talking like experiences with it, I'm hit or miss because sometimes I find that the console gets a little more love than the PC game, and the console games run better if it's a new game, and there's that disadvantage. The other thing too is I feel like sometimes maybe the consoles run smoother because they're just set to a setting in comparison.
Yeah.
And there's that discrepancy.
It's standardized, yeah.
Yeah. Where it does get frustrating for me is if you're going into like in Wayfinder and you're going in and you load in with somebody from Xbox or PlayStation, they could be, and I understand it's internet or server, they could be really lagging compared to you because whatever, it could be the internet, could be the cross-platform server. It just never is 100% smooth.
Yeah,
That's what I should say.
Right.
I understand. Excuse me, what was I going to say? Do you want to move to the next bullet point?
It doesn't matter. I'm as I think about cross-platform gaming, I'm going to think more. I think the big one also too is when we're playing, if we're playing, like Scarlet and Goldie are Xbox players. I would not be able to play games with them, or we would not be able to play games with them if it wasn't for cross-platform gaming.
Yeah.
But Goldie always complains that whenever you're doing PvP, the PC lobbies are different than the console lobbies. And for me, I don't
In
really.
what way?
Well, he says that it's harder because he's going against keyboard and mouse. But just for the record, I get fucking destroyed by console players.
Well,
And
You get destroyed
99.9
by
of it.
everybody, though.
that's
99.9
where I was going.
99.9% of everybody kills me anyway, but
Yeah.
I'm just saying. But this is out of Goldie's mouth. Goldie complains about PC lobbies are extremely difficult.
I
Well, they
would
they
imagine
definitely
in-
are.
Yeah. And I also feel like PC lobbies in general are where you're going to get the more, like, you're going to get less casual gamers, I should say.
Yeah,
Because most people on consoles are, and I'm not saying all, but in general, the demographic shifts a lot more to casual gamers when you go to consoles versus on PC. 'Cause,
I don't
like,
believe that.
how many casual gamers are going to invest $1,500
Yeah.
into a PC when they can get a PlayStation 5 for $500 and get, like 10, 15, 20 games for another $1,000?
The people that A, don't have the money, and B, if you're talking about teenagers in high school, they only game. That is their life.
They're not casual, though.
Yeah, those right.
But they're console gamers.
Well, yes, serious console gamers exist.
Yeah.
But most people are casual. Like the dude that just gets on once a week and plays, that's casual. You know what I mean?
Yeah, or on
Yeah,
select Mondays.
Like Nick,
Right.
yeah. Exactly.
So,
Well,
Nick, would you say you only game one day a week?
No, I find little pockets of time, half hour here, half hour there. But like to sit down, the big swaths of time is tricky, you know?
Yes. Yes, I do. That's why I don't sleep.
Right.
There it is.
Yeah, I need to sleep.
What do you guys think the advantage versus the disadvantage are of cross-platform?
I feel like we talked about this already, but like
Yeah.
the advantages, you've got like the little advantages we talked about with aim assist versus not. Disadvantages of like a game having cross-platforming or not. Disadvantages, you can't play with your friends, and that always sucks, But the advantage is like, oh, then you're all on even playing field in terms of, hardware usage. But what do you guys think? Anything additional?
I think if the games aren't optimized for it, but they just throw it in there, it ruins the experience of the game. I would say that's the disadvantage because I've played games. I'm going to Wayfinder. It's not really super
Polished?
Yes.
Yeah. It's not
So-
very. Yeah, I would agree.
Well,
So
it's
it's
early
not
access though,
optimized.
right?
Yes,
It's like
it's
a
early
beta.
access. So it's not optimized, and you can tell that. Like I said earlier, I think I said it, that sometimes the console players are running a lot smoother than you are on the PC, or vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, I understand.
How would you go ahead?
I was gonna say so to improve oh my god, maybe you should say it. If you're
True,
gonna improve cross-platform gaming, like what would you do? How would you improve things? My first thing for me is improve the comms. Like make it easier to talk to each other. It's just dumb that how bad the infrastructure is not compatible it is.
For me, it would have to be make it cheaper for developers and console makers to achieve cross-platform. Because like right now, like I said, I don't know exactly how much it costs, but I know that to develop games for certain platforms, it costs an insane amount of money, and you have to add that cost every single time you just want it to be on another platform. Like,
Yeah.
maybe the base assets are there, but the coding and the software and all that stuff is, I don't know how much different, but I imagine it's pretty different, and it costs a lot of money. So make it cheaper for developers and for game makers to have achieved cross-platform, because that will just improve everything else. If it's easy for them to just, okay, well, our game can be connected, like all the different games can be connected, and we just use these servers or whatever. I don't know. I don't know how it would work, but if it was cheaper, then the other tiny things like voice chat they'd have more time to spend on it, because they're not trying to figure out, oh, well, this bug exists on this console, but it doesn't exist on this console or this PC. The way they
Yeah.
interact. I don't know. It's just got to be cheaper to achieve. Marcus?
So in America, Discord is not in the top 10 of most used chat apps.
Okay.
I believe that.
Yeah.
I,
It's like,
I actually didn't. I actually thought it would be in
Probably
there.
like Snapchat, Instagram, WhatsApp,
yeah,
Facebook Messenger.
your texting apps,
WeChat,
iMessage.
Snapchat.
Yeah. Besides
Telegram, Skype,
Yep.
Facebook itself. Wow, yeah. So I guess I was just thinking about what Nick was saying. I kind of went into my own rabbit hole about the comms. I agree to that. Like,
why can't all of any of those apps be on consoles? And you can just
I
get
think
a
Skype has
group
been
call.
on Xbox for a while.
well, yeah, because Microsoft owns Skype.
Right.
I know.
I'm talking about more like PlayStation. Like, why do we not have apps for PlayStations like that?
Because Sony sucks.
PlayStation's
You know what I'm saying?
the
Well,
most
so
closed
I
off, feel
actually
like.
can answer
Right.
this. The reason
from
why is
Nintendo,
because
but
Sony
either way.
sells TVs, right? And they have one product, which is the PlayStation. And then they have their own little like development companies that make their individual games for the said PlayStation.
Okay.
That's all they have. But when you look at Skype or Xbox, think about how much Microsoft owns. And Microsoft is a software company, first and foremost.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they have so many more resources to put into it. Because let's face it, Xbox Live is amazing next to the PlayStation, whatever it is.
PlayStation
Right?
Network, yeah.
The only reason why PlayStation has a fan base, in my opinion, is because they have the first party games.
Yeah.
If you put cross-platform on every of every game, Xbox wins
Yeah.
because of the user interface, right?
Right. Yeah.
But I would imagine it's really expensive to put Discord on on Xbox and PC.
I guess.
Because
On
years ago,
PlayStation,
I
you mean?
remember Microsoft tried to buy Discord, and Discord was like, "Fuck you, you're not buying this."
Right. Well, that's
Yeah.
my thoughts. Are there any genres that you think should or shouldn't be part of cross-platform gaming? No,
Not
I don't think
really.
so. Unless it's a
Yeah.
single-player RPG, then there's no point. But
Well,
All right, yeah.
that's-
Let me ask you a question: are fighting games cross-platform?
I think so.
I don't see why they wouldn't be.
I think it depends on the game.
There's really no difference. Like, if I'm thinking Mortal Kombat on a PC versus a
I know.
console.
I think Brawlhalla is.
Oh, Mortal Kombat 1 does not currently have cross-platform of any kind. Does MK11?
According to this, Dragon Ball Fighter Z, Guilty Gear Strive, Skullgirls 2, Street Fighter X Tekken, Killer Instinct, For Honor. I guess that's kind of a fighting game. Dead or Alive 5 Plus, Street Fighter 5, Mortal Kombat 11.
Yeah, so it says, is
Brawlhalla,
Mortal
there
Kombat
it
11
is.
cross-platform? Fortunately, yes. Mortal Kombat 11 crossplay is available, but there is a feature that is also prohibited between some devices because of the availability of certain features depends on your hardware platform and whether or not it supports crossplay. So basically, I think they're saying if you have an Xbox 360 or Xbox One or PlayStation 4, you're not playing against PlayStation 5 and
Yeah, I think that's correct. Yeah, because your
You know what I
hardware
mean?
might give you an advantage for internet ping and all that stuff.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah, I don't think I have a. I think they all should be.
It just has to be done well. Like, it can be achieved. It just has to be, like, the game has to be built with it in mind, or at least somewhat in mind.
Right.
And in my opinion, of the popular games, I feel like Call of Duty does it the worst. Like,
Yeah, no, I agree.
Rocket League is great. When I played Fortnite, I didn't notice any issues in Fortnite. Or, like, even Halo, the UI in Halo is awful, but when you're actually in the game, the game
Yeah, it's
feels
fun.
fine on PC or on console.
the number
agree.
one cross-platform game, Fortnite. Number 2, Rocket League. Number 3, Minecraft. Number 4,
Oh, yeah.
Chess
Oh, yeah.
Ultra. Number 5, Ark
Chess
Survival Evolved.
Ooh, that's a good one.
a good game.
Trailblazers,
I bought
Dauntless,
Pixark recently, now that
Sea
I
of
think about it.
Thieves,
Oh,
Guns
yeah,
of
Sea
Icarus
Thieves.
Online,
So
Tooth
see,
and Tail.
I feel like there's so many great
War
cross-platform
Thunder.
games, and like I know Sea of Thieves has great voice chat in it, like
Yeah,
in-game
that's
voice
true.
chat.
You can definitely do it. My only, I guess, devil's advocate point would be that all of those games that are top tier are very simple comparatively. You know what I mean? Like,
Here's
Right.
one for you, Nick. Gwent, the Witcher card game.
well, yeah, that's you play on your phone. That's what that's
Yeah.
talking about.
Hearthstone, Final Fantasy 14.
Hearthstone.
So
on your phone.
that's an interesting one too.
Oh yeah, that's on
Because-
PlayStation. That's right.
Yeah, and it's on Xbox now.
Nice.
You can play Final Fantasy 14 on the Xbox. I've never played an MMO with a controller.
Okay.
I'm going to totally interrupt you for a quick sidebar because it's a fun thing to do to Marcus, who interrupts people all the time. I just remembered a game. This is how I would improve cross-platform gaming. I would bring back Terra, which was an old MMO that started on PC and then it moved to consoles, and now it's only on console because they're slowly like shutting down the game. But bring back Terra. That would improve cross-platform gaming. Go ahead,
Hell
Marcus.
yeah.
For me, how to improve it, I would say, and they might do it, is just put everybody together with the same ping. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yes, definitely. That drives me crazy when there's a giant ping difference. Like, what are
Yes.
we doing in the same lobby here?
Right. And then the other thing is, it would be the chat, because I would like to be able to talk because they don't have a keyboard. You know, most Sony or Xbox players don't have a keyboard.
Right.
Even if they may have a chat pad on their controllers, if they even do that anymore, if that was so Xbox 360.
Yeah, that was sweet. That was
I bought
think-
you that
yeah.
for Christmas.
I was just gonna say that was a dope Christmas present from you. So thank you.
I think they now PlayStation uses the touchpad for it.
Okay, lame.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're still like who actually does the swipe texting?
Oh, I do.
Well, you
when you're
use
one-handed.
your thumb. Yeah, not your.
Whatever. But I'm old.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's time for our favorite part of the show, working class
question.
Wow, you guys are lame. That was
Why'd
awful.
you make it? Yeah, why were you so sad? I like
Because you came in and I just started to slow down like I was fading out, and you were supposed to build up, but it didn't work. It's okay.
It's
It's
not,
time for working class questions.
Much
there
better.
you go. That's right. Working class questions. Questions submitted by you, the working class nerds community, over in our Discord. If you would like to submit a working class question, check the notes of the show. Join the Discord. Go to the podcast section of the Discord, and there you will find working class questions. And we try our very best to answer them every single
We've
show.
already answered those.
the top two. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yep.
No, those are from last week. I thought we didn't cover those.
Oh, we did. Me and Atrix did it.
What are you talking
And
about?
Marcus once again interrupted my flow, but that's okay because it happens all the time on the show. So enjoy our
Ye-
working class questions.
Our
And
first
submit some if you
question.
want.
Oh, maybe he wins 10-12.
Yes, I already went over this.
All right.
First question comes from Quinn. Atrax, what does it say? While I go pee quick.
Who is the funniest Disney villain? One you're always happy to see on the screen.
Ooh, it's a good question.
For me,
Funniest
it's
villain?
immediately two tie. It's a tie with two.
Which ones?
Hades from Hercules
Mm-hmm.
and Oogie Boogie from
I was
Nightmare
just
Before
thinking
Christmas.
that Oogie
Yeah.
Boogie for sure. And you know, the other one that I always laugh at too is oh my god, what's the one the bear from Toy Story?
Lotso.
Lotso.
Huggin' Bear. Yeah.
Lotso. I feel like yeah, the nightmare Oogie Boogie and
Yeah.
Lotso for me.
Yeah.
Nick, who's the funniest Disney villain? One you're always happy to see on screen.
Funniest Disney villain. Fuck. The hyenas from Lion King are kind of stupid. That's kind of fun. Nah. Oh, how about the humans in Wall-E? They're all in the chairs and fat.
Are they villains though?
They're not the villains.
The co-pilot was clearly the villain.
Oh, that's true. The one with evil red eyes.
He killed all the previous pilots.
I don't know. I don't know. Funniest villain. How about from Aladdin? No, that guy wasn't funny.
Jafar.
Jafar wasn't funny.
My pick was Hades from Hercules.
Hades from Hercules
Hades always made me laugh.
That's mine, 100%. Yep, great call. I love that movie. Fun fact
Yeah, I
about my
do too.
sister's name. I was 3.5 when she was born, so my parents asked me, "Hey Nick, what do you think we should name the baby?" Before they found the gender, and I was like, little 3-year-old me goes, if it's a boy, Hercules, and if it's a girl, Ariel. And then the running joke is, well, thank God she wasn't a boy, because her name's Ariel.
Yeah, Hercules.
No, and if she was a boy, she'd be the toughest, manliest son of a bitch on the planet.
Well, she's like that as a girl, so yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Sovi asks, favorite Marvel Cinematic Universe villain? Same with Star Wars.
I don't know.
My favorite
Marvel.
my favorite Marvel villain is definitely Red Skull.
Oh, that's a good call. Okay.
And then my favorite villain from Star Wars is Ventress.
Okay.
That's a good one.
Hey,
I would
Trix, do you have
say-
thoughts?
It's a close tie between Vader and Dooku for me.
Okay.
I would say probably leaning towards Vader more, just because of overall the whole arc of Anakin Vader. So he is like Vader is the villain, but at the same time he has the whole story arc. Marvel Cinematic Universe, I would probably say Ultron.
It's a good one too.
I thought Ultron,
Ultron's a good
especially in the cinematic universe. I don't know about the comics or any of that other stuff, but the guy who plays Ultron plays Robert California.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
James
He-
Spader. James
Yep.
Spader? Yeah.
Yes. I'm the fucking Lizard King.
Right, yeah. Seeing the VFX breakdown of that, where he is like in the suit and he had
Right.
like the mocap suit and all of that stuff, and they're on the big stage and everything like that. I don't know, it was cool to see, especially knowing how the video or the actual movie plays out. And he's, Ultron is. I don't know. I think it's really cool. I'd have to say Ultron.
Cool. Mine for the MCU, I'm going to go with the Scarlet Witch, particularly in Multiverse of Madness. And for Star Wars, probably... I'm going to go with Thrawn. Grand Admiral Thrawn. Next question comes from Tarquin. It's directed at Marcus. Marcus, favorite thing about the Florida trip and how fun was Disney World?
I mentioned it earlier. My favorite thing with about the trip is I didn't have to work for a week, and I got to hang out with my kids for a week. And, it's so funny that when I'm with my kids for a long period of time, how my kids prefer to hang out with me than my wife. It's actually funny.
Yeah.
When I'm with them for more than a day straight, they're just like gravitate towards me. Daddy, 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 daddy. So that's really a good feeling. And how fun was Disney? If 10 out of 10 is the funnest ever, I would say it was an 11. I got to go down the water slide, swim every day, rode some awesome rides, enjoyed paying $6.50 for a Mickey Mouse ice cream sandwich. It was great.
Nice.
Awesome.
Morgath,
No,
welcome.
are you kidding me? That's an
That's
O, not an
clearly
A.
no. Clearly
come
a
on.
no.
Morgoth.
I know. I was just waiting to see if you guys were prepared.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Morgoth. It's the character from the Silmarillion.
Okay.
Like the big bad guy that before Sauron in Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
Marcus has no idea what I'm talking about. It's like, you can just continue saying these made up words. It's all means nothing to me. So
My precious. So Morgoth, welcome to the Nerds community. Just joined the Discord a day or two ago.
Hell
so welcome.
yeah.
And already drops a working class question. Have any of you ever played any RTS, which is real time strategy games, before?
Yeah.
no, I have not.
Yes. Dawn of War 2 is fucking awesome. It's a Warhammer game, which is more like, it's kind of like a Diablo / RTS / action game. It plays like an RTS, but it's more of like an action. I played a bunch of StarCraft, but because I'm not a good typer, I was never good at the game.
Yeah.
Because basically StarCraft is a typing game.
Yeah.
And then back when Command and Conquer was on the Xbox 360 and Halo Wars on the Xbox 360, I played the fuck out of those.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I played a lot of Halo Wars too. My first RTS was called Star Wars Galactic Battlegrounds Saga.
I know what that is. Yep,
Yeah.
I know what that is.
Star Wars RTS game on Windows 97, I think. Maybe XP, I don't know. But that was my first RTS game. And then on the console, yeah, Halo Wars and Supreme Commander 2, which was on Xbox 360. The controls were terrible, but I liked it because it was a controller instead of a PC, which I didn't have at the time. And then when I
Nice.
finally got a PC, I played StarCraft 2 and a couple of the Civilization games too.
I never
Those
got
games
into
are pretty fun.
I never got into the Civilization games or Age of Empires or
They're
like
really hard.
yeah. That's just not my jam. You know?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
me with single player RPGs. I get it.
Right.
Yeah. Hey, Nick, who asks our next question?
Oh, well, I'm so happy that you asked. Because our next set of questions are all from Doritos. It's Doritos. And Doritos asks, if you had to choose between Counter-Strike 2 or Elden Ring, which would you choose?
I'm going to let you two go first because I have a very detailed answer.
I would say CS2 because I can actually play CS2. Elden Ring I would be terrible at, get frustrated by. But I probably enjoy the rest of the gameplay if I could actually be good at it.
I would pick Elden Ring because I fucking hate it and it haunts me every day. And every day I fucking... All right, I gotta be honest. I haven't really talked about this much,
Okay.
but I secretly watch people play Elden Ring. Like when they're like at work on lunch, I'll watch people playing it on streams.
Yeah.
And I'll just get really fucking mad because they're beating these bosses and just not dying.
Yeah.
But I think I figured out why I fail at the game. It's because I freak out.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're impatient and you stop thinking and then
You just start attacking and you're like, oh, well, I'm going to die, but I better kill them quick before I die. It's like, just calm down. Just dodge
come
out
down
of the
and
way.
dodge.
You'll be okay.
Right.
It's a flow like dance. You can't just be like
That's who I am.
right.
Yeah.
That's why. But either way, so if I had to choose, it would definitely be Elden Ring because I fucking hate it. But I also love it. And shout out to Dr. Gameology, the psychology, Geek Therapeutics Psychology of Elden Ring came out this week, and I just got my copy in the mail.
Nice.
Here we go. That's awesome.
Okay.
I'll ask the next one.
No. Atrax didn't answer, remember?
Oh, he
Yeah,
didn't?
I was,
Oh, yeah,
I was
that's
just
right.
about to go.
Oh my god. Yeah, let's hear it.
It's
'Cause
okay.
You love both these
Anyway.
games.
Yeah, so if I had to watch Marcus play one of them, it would 100% be Elden Ring. And I want to watch him play so bad because the 15 minutes that I heard of him playing was the most rage-inducing, hilarious thing I have ever experienced, like with Marcus playing video games. Just hearing him, like, it was... The experience for me was just on this side, just... Oh, I can't do it. This game is absolutely impossible. I can't get past the first enemy. This is absolutely ridiculous. Da-ding. Da-ding. Oh, yeah. I beat it. Yeah. Oh, no, I died. Oh, I can't believe it. I died to this next enemy. Oh, yeah. Da-ding. Da-ding. Guys, I uninstalled Elden Ring. I'm going to bed. Good night. Da-ding.
This actually happened, everybody.
That's pretty damn close to exactly what happened.
What they forgot to tell you is I'm hanging out with my 3 friends in a Discord call. So it was Rayu, Nick, and Atrax.
Yep.
and I jumped in because they were playing Call of Duty, doing the raid, and I came in, and I was playing Elden Ring. The amount of shit talking that came out of Atrax's mouth, like anytime I was doing it, he was like, Marcus, I beat that in my underwear, like in the game. Like I made a level 0 character with 0 stats, and I've already beaten the first boss. And when I would die, I think I was doing it live in Discord. I wasn't live streaming.
Yeah.
And every time I made a mistake, Atrax was poking the bear. And it got to the point where he had me so wound the fuck up that I couldn't handle anything. And the dunks with me dipping out of Discord were 100% true. The first time I left, I sat there and stared at my computer and squeezed the controller and said, it's just a game. It's just a game. It's just a game. And then I came back, and the first thing that came out of Atrax's mouth was something stupid like, oh, what? You just rage quit the easiest game ever? To-dum. And I was gone. I was just like, I couldn't do it. So that's the little backstory. But you didn't answer the question. If you had to choose between CS2 and Elden Ring, what would it be?
I personally would choose Counter-Strike.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Counter-Strike is very, like, that's long term. Once you beat Elden Ring, like, sure, you can go back and do New Game Plus and all that stuff, but, like, there's an end for Elden Ring.
Well,
Yeah.
and it's like you can play Counter-Strike for 10,000 hours, and there's still stuff you need to improve on and learn. Like, you know, there's always
Yeah.
something new that you can do.
Yeah, it's a
and
live
something
service game.
better. Yeah, exactly.
Doritos asked, what is the best tailgate food?
Ooh, I'm a big burgers and dogs kind of guy. I like something bready and grilled for tailgating. What do you guys think?
I'll wait for you, Atrax.
I would probably say the same. I haven't done many tailgate parties because I'm not really a football person.
Yeah.
But I would probably say burgers and dogs. Or maybe if you don't have a portable grill, bring like a giant bucket of wings,
Yeah, that works.
you know,
Yeah.
or pizza maybe.
My favorite game to go to is our 1 o'clock games here, because you go for the morning, and I bring my like Coleman stove and like a griddle, and I do like bacon and eggs and like make
Ooh,
breakfast and French toast
I
and stuff
stand
like
corrected.
that, and like breakfast
Yep.
sandwiches. That is
Yep.
the best tailgate food because it's a Sunday morning. Everybody around you's in good spirits. People are drinking, but like
Putting booze in their
but-
coffee.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
no,
And, like,
I
and
fuck
I'm
that.
cooking breakfast. Like those are the best tailgate foods for me. But if you're talking about like an afternoon game, no doubt in my mind, my favorite is sausage, peppers, and onions. I love that long sausage inserting into my mouth while I'm holding a beer. It's fantastic. I eat it the long way, no bite. It's great.
Alrighty then. I was
No,
gonna-
a breakfast is the correct answer. I agree. Like
Yeah.
breakfast sandwiches. Yeah.
I was gonna say I remember senior year in high school for our quote unquote senior prank. We blocked off a section of the parking lot, which was like the best parking spaces. And if you were a senior or a member of the staff, you could come through. We had 2 trucks blocking the exits.
Yeah.
And you could come through, you would pull up to us. We had donuts and bacon. And just like, here you go. Here's your donut and here's your bacon. Enjoy.
Oh,
Nobody
that's
else
fun.
gets this later.
That's
I mean,
cool.
it was a crappy senior prank, but we just really wanted to hand out donuts and bacon.
I think that's pretty spot on for a senior prank. Like it's harmless. Nobody gets hurt. It's
Yeah.
fun.
The
You know?
faculty gained from it, so they're like, oh yeah, we don't care. Donuts
Yeah.
and bacon, great,
Right.
wonderful.
I think that's pretty great. Doritos also asks, do we all answer this? I think so, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Doritos also asks, what's your favorite Halloween memory as a kid? I'm gonna go. Halloween was not my favorite growing up because I didn't like scary stuff and I couldn't eat chocolate. Well, I guess as a little kid, my favorite memory is realizing, I think, that this one street over gave out like quart bags of candy to each kid, like Ziploc bag, like the quart-sized ones, just like full of random stuff. Not like 2 or 3 pieces, not like a handful, like 4 or 5 handfuls per kid. It was like fucking awesome. Used to always just like go there and be like, "Oh, this house is awesome." How about you guys?
Never really, like, I guess you could say celebrated it. Like, go out, costumes, all that stuff. I was way too terrified. No way. I'm not going out there for candy and stuff. We'll just buy our own. But game sales around this time of year, oh man. That's my favorite time. Like,
Yeah.
all the like spooky sales and stuff like that you get before. I mean, so many discounted games, so many, and you get the day off of school too as a kid. So just playing video games and staying up all night long. That would be me. That'd be mine.
Yeah. That's awesome. I get it. Marcus?
Hold on.
Okay, holding. Halloween memory loading.
Yes. I was just making sure that this is I'm old now. I'm museum quality.
Okay.
So my fondest memory was when the Power Rangers came out for the first time.
Go Power Rangers.
And we weren't well off, but like I begged and begged and begged and begged to be a Power Ranger for Halloween, and I did. And I was the Black Ranger.
Oh, nice. It's best
And
one.
it was fucking awesome. Like
Oh, yeah.
nobody else was the black. Like people were the reds, but like
Right.
nobody.
A blue
like,
here
why-
and there, maybe.
Right, a blue here and there. Some of the yellows are the pinks, but nobody was the black one. And like
Yeah.
you're the woolly mammoth or the mastodon, and like people are like, whoa.
The Black Ranger.
But just for the record, I think because my mom probably waited till the last minute, the Black Ranger was the only one available.
Well,
But it didn't matter to me because I was a fucking Power Ranger.
I liked the Black Ranger the best anyways. And he turned into like the Green Ranger or whatever, but
No, he was the Green Ranger and turned to the White Ranger.
oh. Well,
Black
whatever.
Ranger was always the Black Ranger.
Oh. Well, whatever. I still liked that one better.
The best Halloween candy. I'll go first. Reese's Pieces.
Reese's Pieces, not Reese's Peanut Butter Cup?
No, Reese's Pieces. Love them. Because you know what I like? Is I like taking a handful and like Skittles.
Oh, yeah.
I can't
Yes.
eat one Skittle at a time. That's
No,
like a
it's
waste
always-
of life.
Always a
Dude,
handful.
you gotta sort them by color though. You're not mixing colors, right?
Oh, hell yeah. Well,
Yeah, dude,
combination.
no.
So I'll do both throughout the Skittles bag. Like, Skittles are probably my favorite candy that I can eat now.
I love Skittles.
Overall favorite candy would be either Reese's Peanut Butter Cup or a Twix. I used to love Twix.
Twix. Yep,
Twix
that was
are
mine.
fucking fantastic. And honestly, Snickers is good too. So is a Milky Way. But circling back, Skittles. Sometimes I'll eat just like 3 or 4 of a flavor, but there's also a lot of just like variety pack in the mouth of like 10 of them. You know.
I just pour the bag and mix the
Right.
flavors.
Nope, divide and conquer.
I get it, but
That's too much work.
yeah, I agree. What is your favorite scary movie? I can go first because I know I don't really like really scary movies. So my favorite one I'm going to say is Alien, the original one.
That fucking movie is terrifying.
Yeah, I know.
Like, what the fuck? That shit gave me horror, like, nightmares for days.
Yeah, that's my dad too, Storm and Norman. He was like, that fucking movie. He saw it in theaters. He was like, fuck that. And then don't they have and it's not Alien, like actually Alien, but like they have an alien gets out of its like containment unit or something and walks around and creeps you out thing in Tomorrowland and Disney World, I think.
No. That's
They-
Universal.
They used to have that. I think
No,
it's
they-
gone now.
Oh, okay, they did in the past because my
I-
dad went on that ride. I remember that, and he hated it.
I
'Cause
remember going, and I couldn't. I was too small. Like my parents were like, "No, this ride is gonna terrify you. We're not gonna
Yeah.
let you go." And you're
Right.
like just like You may be able, they may let you on, but probably not because like
Right.
I think you're too
Short
little.
anyway.
Yeah. But I remember now looking back, I was like, oh yeah, that my parents made a good call. I would not have. I would have been like, there's a monster in the park.
Right. Go ahead. I have an honorable mention once you guys say which your favorite scary movie is.
I have two. I wouldn't necessarily say it's. Oh no, it is. I wouldn't say they're favorites, but they scared me the most.
Okay.
Bro.
Is Dark Skies and The
Okay.
Fourth Kind.
Oh yeah, the fourth kind's creepy.
So yeah. So for those that don't know, The Fourth Kind is basically like one of those. It's not necessarily a found footage. It presents itself as this is a documentary of what happened in a town in Alaska.
Right.
But it's not actually a documentary. So like they have at times they have like the actual footage versus the reenactment. Like it'll say like actual footage, reenactment. And it shows, so it's supposed to be like a reenactment, but they're playing real events, but it's not real events. It's like just,
It's
all
all
for
fake,
show.
yeah.
Yeah. But it's presented in such a way. And when the movie came out, I think I was like a young teenager. So it really gave me the creeps of just some of the stuff that happened and the way the movie presented itself.
It's an alien abduction thing, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, 'cause
there's
it's a play off of the name is a play off of like Close Encounters of the blank
The
kind.
third kind. Yeah.
Third kind, yeah.
Yeah.
and
The fourth
that.
kind.
Speaking of that Alien movie, Nick, there's a video game called Alien Isolation.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I've watched people play it. That game is fucking terrifying, like the first movie.
Not
Yeah.
the scariest game, though.
No, but it is
Scariest game ever is Dead Space. Fuck that game.
There's a
No.
lot scarier games. Than
Yeah,
that.
there's
And
way
I won't play
scarier
'em.
games.
And I do
Dude,
not play them.
oh, man. I would love to get Marcus to play Outlast.
No,
Oh,
not a
that's
chance.
exactly what I thought is Outlast. I was like,
No.
dude,
Yeah.
Outlast is fucking terrifying.
Outlast
No.
is. I remember. So, Outlast. Quick sidebar. I plugged my computer into the TV, and I played Outlast like for my little brother and my parents. And just like the beginning of the game, I think we made it about half an hour, and even my parents were like, "All right, we're just going to turn it off now." I think.
Yeah,
we'll
yeah.
move on.
Yeah, I don't blame them at all.
Yeah, that
I
game's
watched. I could
terrifying.
barely like watch Markiplier play that. You know, it's like Jesus, fucking
Yeah.
scary.
Yeah, but this Alien Isolation game is fucking terrifying.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
My favorite scary movie, it's not really scary, but it's Saw 1. I don't like scary movies.
Yeah. My favorite would be
don't-
I Am Legend, by the way.
See, I don't think that's it's like a thriller to me.
Yeah, so
It is scary, but-
honestly, I don't really know I have a favorite scary movie.
Yeah, I don't like scary
Fair
movies.
enough.
I don't.
Not
No.
at all. I don't like being scared. I like I
Coraline
like
is good too.
a
You notice how
thriller,
Nick
but
turned
not-
Nick turned on his lights because he's starting to get
Yeah.
scared. Just talking
100%.
about it.
Like, I was getting creeped
I
out thinking about
started-
the movie, these things.
I started explaining the movie. Even I'll admit, I was looking in my camera and I was like, I don't want to look at my camera just in case something weird's happening.
I know. That's what I keep turning around and looking. I'm like, I don't want to like. I'm thinking of movie plot where like you see something behind somebody and they don't notice
Well,
for a while.
that's a
It's like,
scary
fuck.
movie. I think it's called Unfriended, where like people die in a video chat,
Oh, I don't know. Whatever.
Want
I
to
don't-
play a game?
right?
See, the Saw movies are not that like they don't bother me because like when it's realistic, it doesn't bother me because I know the rules of like regular world, real life,
and,
I should
and
say.
also, like, you could, in theory, survive a Jigsaw encounter.
Right. Yeah. Like it's.
I said
they're
in
Yeah,
all-
but you're
theory.
gonna be
I said in
yeah, but
theory.
no, you can, but you're gonna be fucked up.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
and like it all the
Like
torture
one of the
stuff is
one of the
grotesque, course.
Jigsaw things that was crazy is like you can be free, you just need to lean forward, but there's fucking 4 knives on each
Knives,
side.
yeah. You just got to
You have
push
to
your
slice-
face through the knives. Yeah.
And like he does it, and I'm just like, and like it's deep into layers to bone, and you're just like, dude, you're fucked for life. Ugh.
Yep.
Yeah, good plastic surgeon. It might not be too bad, but
I'm pretty sure if Saw catches you You can't afford a plastic surgeon.
Yeah.
Nick, what about you?
Favorite scary movie? Oh, I said Alien. But
Oh,
no,
right,
I was just gonna say. Well, what point was I gonna make? Doesn't matter.
Last question. Will there be a beard growing contest for the Working Class Nerds host? No.
No,
Nah.
because Atrax doesn't really do facial hair, and Marcus could
it's too
definitely
much
grow his
work.
beard more than me.
That's
It is a lot
my
of work.
biggest reason. It's just too. It's so much easier to just like shave every other day or 3 days or whatever.
Yep, it is definitely way more work, and I agree. But yeah,
And just for the record, you guys,
yep.
I don't even like scary pornos.
What are you guys talking about in here?
Find out next episode of
Working Class Nerds.